Hi, I'm Marty. Let me give you a tour of my school. Here's the biology classroom, and over there is the swimming pool. The water polo team practices there. It's an elite school for rich kids. That's why we have a swimming pool, a soda cooler, and famous teachers. Did you buy it? I was joking about the teachers. That guy's name is Cody. He's my best friend. See you at geometry. Oh, and that's Lola. Don't mind her. She was, a bit out there, always tinkering with her Polaroid camera. Which antiquities museum had she found it in? Pfft, no one talked to her. No wonder. Ha ha. Hey Marty, if you keep staring at me, I'll give your phone number to kids and tell them it's Santa's. You won't have a moment of peace then. Ha ha ha. You psycho. I'd prepared a gift for Julia because I had a crush the size of an elephant on her. Julia was the girl of my dreams. She was sweet, beautiful, and really frickin' smart. Can you imagine? She got a scholarship and got into our school because she was smart. Julia's family was poor and couldn't pay her tuition. I had been hiding my feelings for a long time and finally decided to confess my love. Phew! Wish me luck! You're about to hear the sound of my heart breaking. Crack! I turned around the corner and saw Cody come up to Julia, take her hands into his, and say he had been in love with her for a long time. What was going on? Did he have a crush on her too? Will you go out with me? Oh yeah, I really like you too. Damn it! Cody beat me to it. I valued our friendship too much to steal my best friend's girlfriend. So I threw away my gift and pretended to be happy for them when Julia and Cody told everyone they'd become an item. Oh, well, congrats. I honestly tried to get the girl of my dreams out of my head, but she was always on my mind, like an annoying song. So I decided to become the most impressive guy in the galaxy. Julia could decide for herself who she wanted to be with. At first, I started taking my studies seriously. Like that wasn't hard enough. Miss Catastrophe, Lola, was assigned as my partner for a chemistry project. She didn't want to do her share of the work and just slept on my desk. Quit drooling on our model. Leave me alone. I think better in my sleep. Lola was great at ruining everything, especially my mood. For Julia's sake, I started going to the school gym. I was groaning, sweating, and trying to lift the barbell with my tongue hanging out when Lola leaned over me and took a picture with her stupid Polaroid. Smile, Marty. What a shot, haha. Throw it away. No, I think I'll keep it. Ugh, she was really pissing me off. I was in a terrible mood because my plan wasn't working. No matter what I did, Julia didn't pay attention to me. I even watched her favorite TV shows and read her favorite books so that we'd have something to talk about. Who's your favorite Stranger Things character? Sorry, Marty, but I want to watch Cody practice. Damn, I failed again. Or, wait, I got it. Julia came to all the water polo team's practices because Cody was the team's captain. I decided to join the team too. Maybe that would finally make her notice me. I looked amazing in the water. Julia was sitting in the stands but didn't seem to notice anyone except her boyfriend. The coach gave us a signal and the game began. To be honest, I wasn't a great swimmer, but I tried my best. I got the chance to catch the ball. It was flying right at me. But then I suddenly saw Lola. She jumped into the pool and calmly lay down on an inflatable mattress, proving once again that she followed no rules. I felt so lost that I missed the ball. It hit me on the head and I went under out of surprise. I came to when Cody was pulling me out of the pool. Hey, are you okay? Hey, no CPR please. Julia threw herself at my friend and said that he was a real hero. The coach asked me to leave the team. I failed again. It was all Lola's fault. She was nuts. It's not fair that only athletes can use the pool. I want to swim too. It was probably a sign that it was time for me to give up. In the morning, my parents told me they were going to visit their friends and wouldn't come back until the next day. Do you know what that meant? Yeah, it was time to party. I invited everyone at school to my place. It's going to be fun. Well, almost everyone. When Lola came up to me, I pointedly hid my hand behind my back. I'll call you if I ever need to turn a party into a disaster. You aren't invited. But everyone else is gonna be there. Whatever, I didn't really want to come anyway. Lola turned gloomy and I instantly felt better. The party started out great. We danced and laughed a lot. I hoped Dad wouldn't find out about it. He was very strict and forbid me from throwing parties. The party was in full swing when Cody came up to me. He looked worried. He said that he was so busy because of sports that he didn't have time to go on dates with Julia. Luckily, we see each other at school or we would have had to break up. Oh no, I'm late. He asked me to look after his girlfriend and ran off to practice. I spent the whole evening with Julia. We laughed a lot and even had a heart-to-heart. Talking to you is so interesting. You're the smartest student in our school. Well, I mess up sometimes too. For example, I flunked physics. I'm sure you'll fix it. I had butterflies in my stomach and realized that I wasn't ready to give up. If Cody only had the time to see her at school, then all I had to do was make Julia lose her scholarship so that she'd be kicked out. Do you think my plan was too mean? Maybe you're right. But love made me do stupid things. I was about to order pizza for my friends when I suddenly got a text from my dad. My parents were apparently coming back earlier than expected. Why was he texting me from an unknown number? However, I had no time to think about it. I was so scared that I quickly sent away the guests and cleaned up, destroying all traces of the party. Phew, that was close. However, my parents were nowhere to be seen. I called them and found out that they were still at their friend's place and hadn't texted me. What? Had someone pranked me? They would pay. In the morning, I called that unknown number and found out that it belonged to Lola. I'd had it with her. Do you think this is funny? You should have invited me to the party. You are insufferable. No wonder no one likes you. I could have kept scolding Lola for a long time, but I had to fight for my love. It was time to come up with a plan. Everyone knew Julia cared about studying and worried about flunking physics. So, I stole her hairpin and sneaked into the teacher's room while it was empty. Luckily, the surveillance cameras weren't working at the time, and I managed to pull it off without any witnesses. I opened Julia's report card on the teacher's computer and changed Julia's marks in physics. Then, I threw the hairpin on the floor so that the teachers would suspect Julia. Voila! I was a genius! I was about to leave the teacher's room when the closet door opened, and out came Lola with a Polaroid in her hands. What the heck? Say cheese! What are you doing here? Skipping gym and sleeping in the closet. What about you? That's none of your business. After snapping at her, I ran out of there. I hoped that weirdo wouldn't guess what I had been doing there or blab about it. The next day, I realized that my plan had worked. Our angry principal stormed into the classroom before the start of the lessons and started scolding Julia in front of everyone for allegedly getting into the teacher's room and changing her mark. But I didn't do it. The principal took out Julia's hairpin and indignantly shook it in the air. Evidence points to the contrary. This is yours, isn't it? It is. Watching the girl of my dreams be kicked out of school wasn't easy. But all was fair in love and war, right? Things were going smoothly. But then Lola grew suspicious. She glared at me accusingly through narrowed eyes. At recess, she suddenly grabbed me by the hand and dragged me aside. We need to talk, Marty. You set Julia up, didn't you? That's none of your business. I didn't know you were such a jerk. I'll tell everyone the truth. Let's see if you'll have any friends left. No one will believe you. They'll believe it when they see this. She pulled out the picture of me she had taken in the teacher's room. Damn it! She had a talent for ruining my life. I thought that was it, but then she smiled slyly and offered me a deal. If you do everything I say and fulfill all my whims, I will keep my mouth shut. I didn't want to have anything to do with that psycho, but had to agree to her terms. After all, I didn't want Julia and Cody to find out the truth and turn their backs on me. Okay, deal. Good boy. That day, my life changed dramatically. Cody was devastated his girlfriend got kicked out of school but had to keep practicing. Honestly, I didn't feel all that guilty when I talked to him. After all, if he really loved Julia, he would have found time for her. So I decided to check up on her after classes. Hey, what's up? I've brought pizza to cheer you up. Wow, Marty, that's so sweet of you. Cody just sent me a sad smiley face. We had a picnic in her backyard and chatted for a long time. I hate that I got kicked out of our elite school. I could have gone to any college after it. Come on, you're so talented. You can do whatever you put your mind to. She even gave me a graceful peck on the cheek when I was leaving. Wow, I was so happy I felt like dancing. We went on walks every evening and often had picnics. I was over the moon. At the same time, Lola turned my life at school into a living hell. Every day she came up with a new task for me. For example, the little devil in a skirt decided to play The Floor is Lava and made me carry her around. Why did you stop? My back hurts. Get down for a second. Are you nuts? The floor is lava. Which one of us was nuts, huh? Soon she got tired of that game and made me set the table, light candles, and act as a waiter for her in the dining room. Blow on this dish, it's too hot, and don't frown like that. Aren't we having fun? Yeah, it's hilarious. The day after that, Miss Wacko ordered me to sing when I answered the teacher's questions. Can you imagine? Mark Twain was born on the 30th of November. Everyone in class was dying laughing. Meanwhile, I was afraid to go to school. Lola's imagination was kind of terrifying. For a while, things went on like that. But in the evenings, I hung out with Julia. I could endure anything for her. Finally, one day, I found out that she had broken up with Cody because he couldn't find any time to spend with her. Oh, I almost started jumping for joy. But then, Lola made me do something particularly hard. Okay, I think I've had my fun with you, Marty. One last thing. I want you to throw a pajama party in my honor. We'll eat jalapenos with honey, read comics backwards, and draw with ketchup. Oh, and I also want everyone to jump out of a closet filled with balloons when I walk in. What was she talking about? Well, I had no choice, so I did everything Lola asked me to. Of course, no one came to that party. Here I am! Hey, where is everyone? It wasn't easy, but I plucked up the courage and told Lola everything I thought of her. Is being normal really that hard for you? You sleep in the closet, fiddle with an old Polaroid, and read comics backwards. You're crazy, and no one wants to talk to you, so everyone refused to come to the party. I expected her to snap at me, but Lola just looked at me in disappointment and ran away. Of course, now she would tell Cody and Julia everything, but I couldn't stand her antics anymore. However, in the morning, I found out that Lola's parents had transferred her to another school. What? Was it a Christmas miracle?
Yahoo!
Not only that, but I also saw Julia in the hallway. What was she doing back in our school? Someone anonymously paid for a semester of my tuition. Can you imagine? I can get a scholarship again next year and keep studying here. Wow. On the one hand, I was ecstatic. But on the other hand, I was afraid that Julia and Cody would get back together. My friend had been really down lately, but with Julia's return, that changed. He tried to get her back. I'm sorry I didn't spend enough time with you. Sport is important to me, but so are you. I'm sorry, but I like Marty now. He was there for me when I was sad. I want to be with him. Of course, that upset Cody, but he was a good friend, so he didn't get mad at me and just wished me luck. Take care of Julia. She's a treasure. Sounds like a happy ending, right? Lola was no longer there to annoy me, and I was dating the girl of my dreams. But soon, I got bored. Life was too ordinary and good. Our dates became predictable. Nothing interesting ever happened. Cody was gutted and started losing at water polo. He kept looking at Julia longingly and sighing. They were made for each other. Making them break up had been selfish of me. I was such a moron. I was also surprised to realize that I was missing that weirdo Lola. I decided to fix everything and told my friends the truth about what happened. You should be together. At first, they were mad at me, but then they cooled down. Okay, you're forgiven. It takes a lot of courage to admit you messed up. And then, I bought honey and jalapenos and ran to Lola's place. But her parents told me she'd moved to France. What the heck? She's always been like that. We're tired of scolding her. She doesn't want to be like everyone else. And recently, she broke a shop window, and we decided that we'd had enough. So, we sent her to live with her grandmother. So that's what happened. I wanted Lola to disappear from my life, but now that she was in another country, I missed her every minute. She had changed her number, but I found her social media and sent her a DM. Marty? I thought you didn't want to see me again. I was wrong. Life at school's boring without you. Why did you break the shop window? Lola told me that her parents had never understood her and had always called her weird, just like everyone else. Her grandmother from France was the only one who understood her. She gave her a camera and always supported her. Lola really wanted her parents to let her live with her grandmother, so she started acting out at school, but nobody cared about that. When I told Lola that no one would ever love her, she lost it and broke the shop window. But now, Lola was happy and lived with her grandmother. She was the one who had anonymously paid for Julia's tuition. Now you can be together. No, we broke up. I realized that I was in love with someone else, with you, Lola. Wow, wow! We video chatted a lot, and I fell head over heels in love with her. Why hadn't I realized how amazing Lola was before? She was so far away now. How am I supposed to reunite with her? Any ideas? I need your help.